been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hate. Brand new chicks. Conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you trying to do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need Jack, nah. I'm ready. Place that you at today. I couldn't tell it to you straight, I gotta estimate. I wonder if I ought to go here with the pastor say. Now go ahead, get me out of here, I couldn't last today. I got the city talking about me like I passed away. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hate. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. Ooh, and she felt intrigued. Trying to duck the LMPD. Go and get yourself esteem. And she trying to link up. So much we got synced up. Pulled up in the dinged up whip. This ain't Pepto Biz, what this pink stuff is. Go and tell me. Yeah, you heard me, you ain't felt me. I've been moving, I've been shaking, go and hit me on the celly. Try to sell me on something while I hold it compelling. Ever since I've been gone like Kelly, they been trying to tell me about this and that. I ain't chatting with you, we ain't going tit for tat. Trying to tell me how to get in the bag, we're going to get in the bag, I'm about to get in it. Automatic is a habit, you should know it's automated. I've been getting to it, I ain't noticed y'all was hate. Brand new chick, she don't know the occupation. I just wanna know that I can hold a conversation. Oof, I don't know what y'all debating. I've been waiting for you, now I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat.
Today, from CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks taking on Dwayne Haskins and the Washington football team.
It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington football team and the Seattle Seahawks.
Set to kick off.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result. And he opted for the touchback.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
They'll run for the first time with Joshua Kelly. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, it's Haskins. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Terry McLaurin, but now it's 3rd down.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
And this opening drive not going to plan. This is now 3rd and 13. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. He'll air this one out deep. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40.
Things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Kelly. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Joshua Kelly, the ball carrier.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 35 on 2nd down, Haskins looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance. Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
On 2nd down, it's Kelly. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by this Seahawk defense. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with that have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, hey, yeah, we called him to disrupt. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Steven Sims, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And Washington takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a 3rd-round pick back in 2012.
Gave the commencement address at the University of Wisconsin a couple of years ago. One of the most popular players ever to pull on the uniform there. The beginning of his career, he was a so-called game manager. Take care of the football and rely on the defense. Now, in this stage of his career, the offense runs through him, and it runs very well.
They go play action now. Wilson. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Big yardage yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
Play action. It's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. Forced out to his left. And now he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they scored in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents. We've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Taking it about the 1. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see.
Face mask. Defense.
Hey, we're going to do what we do.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
The face mask moves him all the way out past the 40 now for first down. Here's Haskins out of the gun. He'll find Williams on the slant. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
First down, Washington.
Throwing now, Haskins on first down. That's caught by Kelly. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
Complete to Joshua Kelly.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
2nd and 5.
Operating from the gun. Haskins, throw right side, complete to Williams. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Washington.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the delay, it's Kelly. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd and 12, Haskins. That's complete to his running back, Joshua Kelly. It's a gain of 5, and they're going to face a 3rd down.
Joshua Kelly.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like they were still ended up with a solid game.
He's going to dump this one down to Kelly. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Well, it wasn't a big strike, but that completion put them in really great range. What do we have now, 4th and inches?
Yeah, it's not more than a half a foot.
You know what I would do here?
You would always go for it.
I'm one of those guys.
Washington 10. Seahawks.
So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to their goal line, things stiffened a little bit and forced the field goal.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their 2nd drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. The first carry now. This is Johnson. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
On the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Johnson. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
No gain on the play.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down. They go play action with Wilson. Flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down.
Seattle Seahawks.
Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. Play action. Now Wilson. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this 1st quarter.
That's the end of the 1st quarter.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. That is caught at the 7. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
He's been a one-man dynamo on this drive so far, and you know the other receivers would love to get involved. But right now, his skill and his play has his team in a great position to put 6 points on the board.
They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. They'll run it with Johnson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
A gain of 1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Kerryon Johnson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
1st and 10. At their own 25-yard line.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
A loss of 7 yards.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they'll have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, Haskins. Complete to Kelly. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
A gain of 11 on the play.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Joshua Kelly, the ball.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That
under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Landon Collins. Dwayne Haskins sacked. A loss of 3 yards.
These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Third down. Here's Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Formation for Washington.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. At the 12, it's 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Darby brought him down.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
And that's good for a Seahawks.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line.
At the 34-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35.
Intercepted by.
He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week. 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
13 yards.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 1st down, it's Kelly. And he's got this down to the 35. 15 yards to pick up. 1st down, Washington. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Open man here, Sims complete. They had 2 straight first downs. Now a gain of 9 to set up 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Operating from the gun. Haskins. Throw to the right here, taken in by McLaurin. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24.
Terry McLaurin.
2 yards, good enough for a first.
And the Washington first down.
On first down, it's Haskins. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Throwing again on second down. Haskins setting up the screen to Kelly. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. The Washington passing game dialed in now. It's a first down. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And looking for McLaurin, but this is intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick 6? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause because you're frustrated. He shook that off and gave great chase and got it done.
Still a great return and very good field position. He's going to go up top again. This is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. And they've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. Kerryon Johnson with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that's kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here again comes Dwayne Haskins and company. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. So here are the Seahawks ready to take over on offense. They were winners last week against Cincinnati, and right now they are in the driver's seat in this ball game as well. They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. And they start the second half with Johnson. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
On the handoff.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Back to the ground, this time Cook. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
But when you go from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 3, that just tells you who won that battle on the last play, huh?
Yeah, first round went to the offense, second round the defense. Again, it's Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
First down, here's the run with Cook. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
14.
On 2nd down now, it's Johnson. Calling a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 5.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 9-yard line, 31-yard line. Now Wilson off the play fake.
The goal for any offense.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Josh Lambo set to kick off.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. First possession of the 2nd half now for Washington. And their halftime hole now even deeper. And they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the 2nd half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Teammates right here, and what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. His throw incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap. He locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
To throw on 3rd down. Haskins. He's got a man. It's Williams. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of
12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington first down. Haskins looking to throw on first down. Haskins hit, and he lost the football. And the Seahawks have recovered.
the pass. A fumble on the play.
Partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect him.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
The ball carrier.
And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up.
At the 24-yard line. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They run it again with Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25.
On the carry.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Escaping the pressure right. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down.
That's good.
It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the lead is now 24. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
At their own 29-yard line.
Now we get another look at Washington on offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Good word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this bro. And he's into the clear. 30. 10, and he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down, so let's see what this is about.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty. No question there.
You don't think they spent a couple seconds mulling over what the penalty would do for them?
I don't even know why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
From the gun, it's Haskins. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12.
No good.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none, because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Taken in at the 3. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Here's Russell Wilson and the Seahawk offense now getting set to go again. And you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the third quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive.
Cook, the ball carrier.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. 3rd down and 9.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks, they're able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive.
41.
And it all culminates with a Seattle score.
Josh Lambeau set to kick off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Time again to see Terry McLaurin in the Washington offense. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
Washington.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st and 10, it's Haskins. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Give him 32 on the play.
32.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They run with it. It's Kelly. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 13-yard line. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down. From the red zone now, Haskins on 1st down. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Consecutive catches for him. That good for 11. Kelly to try to punch it in. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Joshua Kelly. His first touchdown of the new season. And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
Well, Brandon, he just followed his nose, and his nose took him to the end zone. But how about the big guys up front? Give him at least a stalemate in order to find that space.
Yeah, the O-line won the battle in the trenches there, didn't they?
23.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he will be taken down here on the wind up being the final play. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Seahawks with the possession. They also have the lead here as we get set for the 4th and final quarter. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a one-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Cook on the carry.
A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
It's now 3rd down and 6.
They go play action now. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Play action. It's Wilson. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They'll keep it on the ground. Cook able to get a couple here, but won't get across the plane as they stop it right around the 1.
A 2-yard pickup.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Dalvin Cook, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
The touchdown was scored by the runner, but the offensive line, They feel like it's theirs. They blocked that one up perfectly, allowed him easy access to the end zone.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and they open the lead up now to 25.
Josh Lambeau set to kick off.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Washington offense back out there. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Haskins and the Washington offense going to come up here 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
The 33-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping.
Encroachment, defense.
Can't do that.
A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Here's Haskins out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
First down, Washington.
Now Haskins on first down. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Williams. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Again, it's Haskins. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
An 8-yard pickup.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Watch the go.
Haskins going to throw again. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. That's caught by Kelly. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Kelly. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Joshua Kelly with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And Washington able to close the gap just a bit. So he's doing his part, but still facing a sizable deficit.
And he would like to do more, but he needs help from the other 2/3, right? He needs his defense to bow up a little bit, and he also needs special teams to maybe create some big plays and help them get back in it.
So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line. It's 32. 7 yards there and a first down. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
The carry.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete, almost intercepted. Had a great shot at picking that off in the end zone. And now 4th down.
It's 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And Washington will have it on the turnover on downs. So we were looking at each other up here in the booth when they went for that saying, oh, wow. Talk about trying to add insult to injury.
Some teams are just like that. You know, some philosophies, some coaches are like, look, when I got a chance to put some more points on the board, I don't care what the situation, I'm going to do it. And they're also the same coaches as a general rule that if someone does it to them, you won't hear people protest out of them. That's just who they are.
They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
5-yard line.
So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. To throw again on 2nd down. Haskins. And I think the ball's out. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. Well, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. Here's Wilson.
No let up in this passing.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And the return goes up to his own 17-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right, so if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 21.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A gain there of 21 yards. Complete to Kelly. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts
as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this fourth quarter.
56. Here we go again. 56, the mark for 56. Check 56. Rip right. 56.
Looking to throw again on second down. Haskins. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. Throwing now, Haskins on first down. Now a desperate, and this is taken in at the 5. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Joshua Kelly, 43 yards. And Washington able to cut into that deficit.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Brings up
so second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now we'll get whistles, and they've signaled for a timeout. Not sure I see the logic in this, but we'll get a stoppage anyway with 5 seconds remaining. Now it's Wilson. And this will be caught. Well, forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and